Hey, good morning, good morning. It is 6:31. It is November 11th. My name is Scott Red Dog Redler. Hopefully everyone's feeling well. It's been a good weekend. I think a lot of people are out there enjoying themselves after a huge week in the stock market. Hopefully you had a good financial roadmap. I've been putting my financial roadmap out there on what I do for T3 and cash flow, what I do for life, and hopefully after doing that for a bunch of years, you've learned something and you participated. Also, on Fox Business with my friend Liz Clayman. I was even on with Charlie Gasparino talking about, getting, pretty focused in on Bitcoin to 85,000 pre-Thanksgiving on Tesla if Trump won, and then just even the small caps, the bios, and boom, boom, here we are. This is this is your chart of the spies, just like that. A big gap and go in the overall indices, a gap above the prior high of 586, 585, and then a move to 599.63. And here you are again with the spies at 599.87. What a move. There could have been moves everywhere. As long as you had a plan and a process, there were lots of ways to make money. The way you didn't make money is if you said, oh, who I wanted didn't win, I'm going short, or I'm not going in the market, da 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 da, and then, you deserve to be on the sidelines. Listen, if you're a trader and, you were long Tesla and took profits too early, it's okay. You made money. If you were long Bitcoin and sold it here because it had a huge move already, and you're thinking about all the things you had prior, or even if you had like the XBI, and it's okay to take profits. It's not okay to fight the trend. And by the way, happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to all my dogs out there. Thank you for your service. I posted some pictures this weekend. If you look here, from let's see right here, that's Redler Premium. This was Twitter, where I went with my. Oh, by the way, you guys remember when we did this? Red Dog into Wolf. That was when I think Bitcoin was around 62,000, and the Wolf was trading around 550. Here we are at $9. But anyway, there's a great foundation that I've been involved with. It's called Community Police Relations. So took my dad to to it. So I'll show you my dad. My dad's right there wearing his Vietnam Veterans T-shirt, hanging out. He was like a celebrity. There's me. We're playing. I made it to the last table, and it was great. And then if you look here, we called it Red Dog's Angels or Papa's Angels. Here he is with all the staff members. Only in Miami do they have the most beautiful staff ever. But P.S., it was it was a lot of fun. So anyway, with that being said, you got to have fun, and you got to spend time with your parents and your family and do some cool things, because I'm sure we all work hard enough. Let me say hello to some of my dogs around the world. Who do we got? Let's see. Uh, there we go. We got Scotty Gids. I'll put this up here. This is everyone on YouTube and Twitter. What up, Mario? How you doing? How you feeling? Bezos selling the stock. Yeah, he's been selling it all the time, but at least we had a really nice move with the 202s and the 210s all the way to 212. I think he's not selling that much. What up, Tony Wallace? Happy Veterans Day. Love it. EK, we got Space Specialist from Nyack. Everyone tuning in. A lot of the same names keep coming into the 630 Club. It's good to see consistency. The only way you make money in this market is with routine, process, and consistency. What up, Papa Vin? Hey, Johnny. All right, so let's get to it. So what now? I'm not going to lie to you. I do think that, a lot of the setups and a lot of the money probably has been made. Doesn't mean you have to get short. Doesn't mean you have to play the other end. But some of these moves from last week into this week have been outrageous. Even here on the spies, it's like, wow, 599.63. I started fading some 602 calls for this week as a hedge, but I'm still very net long. Everyone knows that we're all over Tesla. Like, what a move. You know how many times now Tesla's actually gets to the price target so fast? That's why traders love it. Like, unbelievable. So here was the move lower, right, into this gap area. We were buying the 265 and 270 calls for the election. Risk was premium paid, and rolled them up. And now here you have 328 something or other. Like, holy cow, what a fast and furious move. But Elon proved to be, literally the most influential individual in the world, right? Besides a Tesla and Neuralink and all the things that he's done, it's like, holy cow, why wouldn't Tesla do so well? He basically single-handedly got Trump elected, I think. But anyway, so one of the targets was 300 to 314. If you go to the weekly chart to show you how I got that, That was right here. Okay, and it actually got through it. That's how much power this thing had. So through this area, now it's really 370. That's really like the next spot. If you look here, what's Tesla doing? Tesla is up another 22. Wow. So I got maxed out. I took another call spread, 305 by 315, doubled it up. I'm long the stock. I'm going to trim some, and basically this really made this last week and a half made my year. Remember I told you through the election I had my best week of my career, and now it's continuing. I'm trimming and trailing and using the process. You sold all your Tesla 328. All right. Well, here's the thing. We're opening at 343. This is kind of no man's land, right? Here is actually this is 342. Okay, that's a kind of a little bit of a spot if you go sideways here. This high here is what? This is 371, and this high here is 384. So that's one zone, and then you're just back to where we were in 2022. So please do not fight this move. It's one thing to sell a little bit early. If you want to. So what kept me in the trade late last week, is I bought the stock and I sold premium higher. So basically, I was buying the stock still at 312, but selling the 325s for $5. So I have room from 312 to 325 and the $5 premium. So that's the way it kept me with this momentum trade. But anyway, congratulations if you're in it. And if you're not in it, don't just be fighting it. Everyone's like, I have TSSL 2 times. I don't play the 2 times, the 3 times, the 4 times game. I have too much things going on where I can't be so stressed out where I'm looking for the juice. I think Tesla gave me enough juice. If you look for too much juice, the juice can get slippery. You like the juice, and then all of a sudden you're sliding on your arse, and you don't want to be doing that. So anyway, so that's one of the big stories. And then obviously Bitcoin. Holy cow! I posted a picture of Red Dog and the Wolf. Those were my 2 major vehicles besides playing CORZ that we had during the open house. Remember during the open house, I'm like, guys, this can go to 18 to 22. It was at $10, and here we are at 18. But anyway, this IBIT is opening up 3 or so. What a move! Everyone's like, Red Dog, yo, 80,000, 81,000. I was at the Fountain Blue having lunch, and we were all like, boom, 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 boom. And then everyone else was telling their war stories, how they sold at 22,000. They sold here, they sold there. So hopefully, come for the charts, stay for the Barat impression. It's nice, my VIT. So anyway, I just actually sold some. Yes, Red Dog sold some. I was pretty damn long thinking that we just had a big gap above his 7th month channel. I could sell some, so I sold some. The Wolf, I'm going to sell some also. Remember I showed you guys the weekly chart, which got me really excited, with the target 8 to 9 in the months ahead. And here we are coming into the Wolf. Let's see where the Wolf is. The Wolf is, it's up 9. It's at $9. Hey, look at that. Just like that. I was just talking to my friend Petey. He's like, why did you get out of Coors? I'm like, A, you can't kiss all the babies, and B, I guess it kind of sucks that, that it's hard to be in everything. So being in IBIT and being in Wolf was enough. If you look at Coors, I'll tell you why I got out of it, just because, I'm using my process, and I was just, I didn't want to get caught too many things right here. It broke the 8-day, broke the 21-day. So I was like, you know what? I'm out of this for now. We had it from here. It was probably like a lazy trade. I probably could have got back in it when it got above this 14 and change, but I just let it go. I'm just happy that I have a lot of IBIT, a lot of Wolf, and some of you guys have Mara, some of you guys have Mister. Listen, again, figure out just being something. You don't have to be in everything, and you don't have to be in the best thing, but being something that you could participate and and move forward with. Anyway, so some guys like, what about, let's talk about a little Mag 7. Mag 7 did hit a high of 212 and change. We caught a really nice trade the day that Trump won the election. I had a lot of Amazon 202.50s and 205s, thinking that even if Trump lost, Amazon's not really a Trump trade, that we'll be able to buy more because at some point the market probably goes back up. And now here, that was this spot right there. I got through it. Bezos is still selling a little bit, but it looks like he didn't have a blanket sell like he did when he suffocated the move right here. And now I'd say as long as we hold above this, just say 207-ish, I do think there's going to be another trade, at least towards 220. So I rolled out of it, meaning I had the 202.50s, the 207.50s. I sold those into the strength on Friday. And then on the pullback, I'm buying the 212.50s. It's a little less risk, but it keeps me in the move. And that's what you call rolling up options. Meta, I'm not in Meta, but I do think, Meta, which has been best in breed all year, with a little bit of sideways action, there will be a trade through 603. I got to look into this. I would think that it went from the bottom end of the range. You could buy it in here and it goes. I'm kind of doing that with Apple. Apple has not been great. Apple, we made a lot of money with earlier in the year. And now it's kind of like, it's not a Trump trade. It's not it's not anything. It's just, it's a trade that it's a, Buffett's selling some. It's one of the best companies in the goddamn world. I can't say that, in the world. And it's been building a nice long, chart pattern here. They have their buyback and 1x dividend. I'm not in it, the equity. I'm in options. I'm in the 230s. Where am I? I'm in Apple 230s for December 20th. So I'm thinking it gets above 230, takes out 237, and that could be a good trade. And when it's going, I'll get involved. And I'm also in the 230s for November 15th, just in case it really wanted to wake up, which it hasn't yet. Right now, like, you look at the difference. Not everything's going. Like, look at Tesla and then look at Apple. Apple's down 86 cents. Okay, look at Tesla. Look at Meta. Down $2. So again, there's a specific trade here that's working. At some point it might reverse, and there might be a new scenario here where maybe they even sell Tesla into strength, and then they buy some Mag 7s, and that rests, and that's our job to follow the money. Anyway, so Apple and Meta, they're just not the exact place you want to be right now. Amazon, we caught a big trade. I would just accumulate it slow. I don't think the Amazon trade's over. Remember, guys, I was talking about XBI. I became a power play last week. The XBI, I think, just started. It got through this 103. It's at 105. I will trim some because I always trim some. I'm in options and the ETF. But if you look at the weekly chart of the XBI, which I've posted many times, it just broke out here. Like, why can't the XBI be 111 to 120 by Christmas? It could. So you want to stay with this trade. This trade hasn't really happened yet. Remember the IWM trade that we got in at 227 to 228 and said it can get to 232 to 244. Well, it's there. There was a trade there. We had the IWM calls into the election. That was also pretty cool. What about Google? Google's interesting. Google acted very well. I'm not in. This has not really been my trade. Bitcoin and Tesla and Amazon, and then the IW and the XBI has been my trade. But this looks pretty good. This had good earnings. I was in this for earnings, made really good money, and then got sold down because of the regulation talk. And now they're saying because Trump's in there, maybe the regulation talk isn't won't happen or whatever. So if this were to go sideways and the moving averages catch up, chances are there could be another trade here. I like it. What's it doing today? Yeah, let's see. You have what is Google doing today? Only down 18 cents. So again, things are up, but it's not everywhere. Every different quarter, there's been a different type of trade. First half of the year, Mag 7's nuts, going awesome. Then the summer, it was really about the small caps and the rebalance trade, while Mag 7 kind of consolidated, and now it's more like the Trump trade as some Mag 7 names rebuild for what could be a decent fourth quarter. What about Reddit? Reddit was insane. I had this on as a power play before everyone even knew it. Again, for me, I screwed this up. I made money, so you can't ever say, hey, I screwed up making money. But I had this down here, figured it would trade through, the 76, a 2-year cup and handle pattern, one of the new issues that came out. Held it for this move, even held it into the earnings, which I never do. And I got out of it into this move, and I never bought it back here. And what a move. So it goes to show you, just like, you could be doing this a long time, and you don't need to catch every move, the entire move. Just figure out how you could carve out a piece of it and stack days together. And that's how you make your month and your quarter. And longer term, you better just be putting money to work every single month, because that's how you'll really make wealth down the road, is by compounding year over year over year over year. Lunar and NE, those guys are taking a little bit of a rest. We made a lot of money in those. I would think that, it's above the 8-day. It's a little sloppy. It really hasn't been where the action is either. I did buy some options into the 21-day. I would think that if this is going to be any good, kind of holds around here. CCJ reversed on numbers. I would think that this rebuilds. So it's good. Well, some things are going nuts and giving you huge momentum gains. Other things rebuild, and then it switches up. So I would think if you were in CCJ, this has got to hold the 50-day like it did around 50. And I don't think the uranium nuclear plays over. So let these things hang out. You had a huge move here. They have to rebuild and go. SMR, same thing. Look at the size of this move that it had. Okay, and it rebuilt and made a new high. We had options in those across the board. So anyway, there's a lot of different things going on. Either which way, I appreciate you. It's 6:46. Again, today's the type of day where hopefully you're long a bunch of things and you could trim into strength and not start chasing things. As much as I love Elon, because I don't have him on the wall, I have him right next to me because I got to ask him some questions here and there. Yeah, I'm kidding. What a friggin' awesome trade, awesome everything. It's been, even if Tesla goes higher, you can't buy it now. You just can't. You missed it. It could be higher later this year. It's a 343. The trade was having options into the election. If you thought Trump would win, or even if you didn't think Trump was going to win, or you didn't even like him, doesn't mean you can't buy Tesla. And I did say that it would detach from DJT. I was on with Liz Clayman and Charlie, and I'm like, guys, it's Bitcoin and it's Tesla, it's XBI, it's IWM, it's Amazon. I'm like, I would stay away from DJT just because I don't understand it as enough. But anyway, that was then. This is now. We're going to figure out how to make money this week and moving forward. I would trim into this. If you really want to be cute, maybe sell some options higher. It's had a huge move. The premium through the roof. So if you were thinking that, you want to be cute or you want to hedge out your position a little bit, this zone right here, this is 363 to 384. So I would say 360, you want to like map out zones 360 to 380. I would think, I don't know if it gets there. Like we could open up today and it could be a short-term top or a short-term little top, but I would think you're pretty safe selling 375 calls and you could probably get like $5 for them, for this week. Right now it's at 342, and if you didn't want to sell your shares, what you could do is, you could sell premium higher, and if it gets there, you make money up until there, and if it gets through there, they just take your shares, and you got to say thank you. It is what it is. Or if it never gets there, you keep it, and then you keep trading around your position. That's probably what I'm going to do. All right, guys, got to jump. We'll see what shows its face this week. It's been a huge move. Just because we moved a lot doesn't mean shorts are going to work. People thought that last week. Now it's just a question of what could continue, how the money's going to rotate. We have some economic events coming out this week. We got the CPI. You have retail sales, and then really it's the next jobs report to see whether or not the Fed will cut rates one more time in December, or if we keep continuing like this, I doubt they cut because they're going to be worried that inflation is going to come back too fast, and then that could be something that derails this tape. So don't get over your skis, keep managing the trade, and have some gratitude for the things you've been involved in, and don't worry so much about the things that you didn't do well. Just say it was your fault. Say, hey, that's my fault. Next time I'm going to do that better, and that's when you do better. Jets do suck. I hear you. Love you, though. Bye-bye, guys.